Welcome to my first impression review of the game. This is my own footage. I'm actually playing my own YouTube video. It's muted so that you can hear me talk and not when I was talking in the video, obviously. And I've got some storm background sounds just so that it's not so quiet when I'm not speaking, even though I talk really fast. I actually enjoyed this game. It took me off guard. At first, I was all like, wasn't too sure about it. And I think I even said that in the first 5 or 10 minutes of this actual playthrough that I wasn't completely like, whatever. But this game is not getting well reviewed. Whereas, for example, Helldivers 2 is getting well reviewed. And I bought that game and I played it. And I'm like, I'm not that excited over it. And somehow now this game, I'm more excited for it. This is why, ultimately, when there's an open beta, there's a demo, it's so important to try to partake in that as much as you can. One of the things I really enjoyed about the game was just the actual gameplay loop itself. Being on your boat, having different boats to choose from, setting up your weapons, your cannons, and whatnot, traversing around in the water. Some people say it looks like a PlayStation 2 game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what PlayStation 2 game you were playing that looked this good, but definitely let me know. I'd like to find out. However, let's not get it twisted. This is not a pirate simulator. Sea of Thieves does a better job of that than this does. In this game, you are a ship. All your pirate character does is navigates some menu stuff. When you hop off of your boat, you go to an island and you pick up a new quest, or you change the customization of your character. This is how you loot stuff. You don't even like get off your boat or try to grab it, whatever. It's the same thing with the seesaw when you're near trees. That doesn't feel very piratey, does it? Look at that shark. It doesn't like me talking a little bit of smack about the game. You'll go near it and there'll be like a little mini game of a saw going back and forth. Like, what the hell is this? You can even have it so it just does it automatically. You can bypass the button prompt so you don't have to get it perfectly in the green zone. The reason I didn't kill the shark, by the way, PETA was watching. No, it's because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to attack it. And then you can like discover these new areas, get off, search for treasure, whatnot. When you go and board a ship, there is no actual boarding. It's all automated. There's no melee combat or any of that sort of stuff. You'll just end up plundering or gathering a little bit more materials than if you completely busted down the ship. So here you can see you're walking around. You can't do any of that, like what these two buffoons are doing, punching each other over some bullshit. You can't drop kick them. You can't do any of that. You just move around and, oh yeah, what's going on? There seems to be more character customization than there is ship customization. Now, I'm just going to move ahead in my own video here. What I do really like is that there's kind of like no story in a way. Yeah, you can cook stuff for stamina and whatnot. The weather dynamics are really nice, in my opinion. The game never looks exactly the same twice, kind of like when you look outside. It's always the same shit in your neighborhood, but the cloud formation and all that's a little different. The wind and the rain and all that kind of stuff. And for me, that made it immersive. It made it that I wanted to keep exploring and randomly shooting different boats and whatnot and animals with the spear or the cannon. See here, there's a shipwreck. You'll approach it, and then you'll just force open, and there's a mini game. You're not actually getting out of the boat, which is what I was just talking about a moment ago. So some people will complain about that, and realistically, that is something to complain about. You can have this so that it's automated again. I mean, yeah, that is pretty trashy, because when you think about it, too, this game was supposed to be a DLC expansion to... Oh, see, we got on the boat a little bit. To Black Flag. Now, if they remade Black Flag, oh my god, for PS5, Xbox Series X, 60 FPS, 1080p... ultra settings, whatever. That would be amazing. If they gave us, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, right? And just removed the Assassin's shit and gave us more piratey shit, this game could have sunk Sea of Thieves. It could have beached the game Sea of Thieves. That's probably better. Anyways, that to me would have been amazing. They had 10 years to work on this game. Then there was some setbacks on top of that. And then this is what we got. So it's kind of like I'm praising it a little bit, but then I'm dunking on it a little bit as well, which sounds a little counterproductive or a little bit of an oxymoron there. But yeah, it was just frustrating, like I said, in some parts. And then ultimately, in the end, you know, these games are over $100. 10 years. We waited for this. This is what took 10 years. I'm just saying I don't get it. I don't see what took 10 years myself. I'm not a gaming developer, so I'm not too smart when it comes to that stuff, but I don't really understand. Couple years, and I'd be like, well, okay, maybe they'll add to it. But it's been like 10 years. Since like 2013, this game's been in the making, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I was expecting a little bit more. Actually, quite a bit more. If we could have had, and I could probably show you somewhere, it's just boats bonking into each other when you do the, you know, the plundering or whatever it's called. I wish, oh, see, there's the minigame for the trees. Actually, I think I've already gone by. Yeah, see, you just do that. You harvest right there, you just click the button, you stay on the boat. You're not getting off the boat and getting eaten by a crocodile. That's not happening. So if we could have done some stuff by manual labor, even if it was like a cheap animation, right? And you're just whacking the wood and a monkey could come and eat your balls. I don't know, just something to give it a little extra. I think that would have been awesome. Now the spear, hunting fish, I think that's kind of cool. Then it just flops there and you pick it up and you can cook it, make a meal. I'm not going to deny that that was a little bit fun. But yeah, for the most part, you know, just bashing into the boat, which I'm trying to find some footage of me doing that. I think I might have done that on my own. I don't think I did it in this video, to be honest with you, where you essentially just bonk onto a ship and with your hooks, and your crew will hook it, and then you board it. It's a cutscene. And then, like I said, you just grab their loot. That's all that it is. You don't actually go on board. You don't see them fighting, punching, or kicking, or any of that stuff. And to me, a lot of people will say, well, to me, it's a misstep. To a lot of people, if you wanted to play that, just go play more Black Flag. If you wanted to do that, then just go play Sea of Thieves. I think it's a little bit of a cop-out. I get it. This is a ship. This is like Warship. This reminds me of The Division 2 in other ways, but let's not get too technical. This is not a horrible game in that the actual gameplay itself, for me, for what this game is trying to represent, I find it actually does it well. There's going to be endgame content. There's going to be giant squids trying to eat you and whatnot. There's going to be optional PvP. There's just going to be like random bounties and stuff. There's always going to be stuff to do, and that's what I'm talking about. Like the gameplay loop, it's going to be very Division-like, in my opinion, for that. And I do enjoy The Division. I don't like live service games, but I can't help it. If I enjoy the game, it's like, well, fuck, it's either I play a game I like while not enjoying the live service bullshit, or I just don't play the game at all. Me personally, I think for most people, Sea of Thieves is going to be a better game. But truth be told, now that I've played both games, I actually prefer this game more. And I think that if you enjoy, like I said, I'm kind of repeating myself a bit, the gameplay loop of like cruising around on your boat and shooting boats, and it could be challenging and going for bounties and hooking up with a couple of your bro, then I believe that you're going to have a lot of fun with this game. But if you're expecting the eye patch and the peg leg or whatever the fuck it's called, and you're expecting for some melee combat, you're just not going to get it. You're not. The customization of your boat, I found, I mean, from what I've seen and researched, is a little bit, lackluster there. Maybe it'll improve. Like I said, I only got to play the game for a couple of hours, really. It was just a few hours. So I don't know much, but yet somehow I'm finding a way to just keep rambling on. I'm going to end it here. I hope you gave the game a chance for the open beta, because if you did, well then you wasted your time coming here. And if you didn't play the beta, I mean, hopefully you didn't overly waste your time either. So in conclusion, this is not the game that most people are going to be looking for. If you're coming from like Sea of Thieves, or you keep thinking about Assassin's Creed Black Flag, you're probably not going to enjoy this game. If you enjoy being a ship, not a pirate, and you enjoy shooting ships, shooting wildlife, poking at them, and whatnot, then I truly believe that there could be a lot here. Now, for $156 Canadian for the 3-day early access version of the game, I'm only tempted to get it because I want to cover this on my YouTube channel, because that's what I do. I do first impression videos. I showcase games. I go, hey, look, like I'm doing right now. I'm literally showcasing the game. You get to see the gameplay. Oh, it looks pretty stable. You didn't get kicked out 15 times. Oh, wow, look at those clouds, the lighting and all that. The storm, yeah, that looks kind of cool. Look at the water, the shark, the animations. Like, even without me talking, you get to see how the game looks. You just don't get to feel how the game plays. That's where I try to explain that and convey that with words. But it feels great. It really, really does. To me, at least, it does. It truly does. And like I said, it shocked me after about 5 or 10 minutes, about halfway through recording this footage. I was like, you know what? I might actually buy this game after all. Right? And then Helldivers, just to give you perspective again, was a game. Oh yeah, it's amazing. Most sold game and whatever. I buy it and I'm like, not saying it's a bad game. Something could be good. Doesn't mean you're going to like it. There's some good country artists. There's some good country artists out there that make music. But I don't like country music. That doesn't mean they suck. They just don't cater to my preference. But this is not a pirate simulator by any stretch of the means. Not even close. And I think they tried to make it seem like it was so. Maybe. Lived a pirate life. You're not living a pirate life. No. I'm done rambling, honestly. I'm running out of shit to say. Play the game for an hour and a half. Can't have an hour and a half worth of shit to discuss. I don't know if I'm getting the game for early access for tomorrow. I really, really want it, but funds are just not doing good. I'm already off not to a good start on my YouTube channel. My wrestling channel is only making me $20 a month after working on it for a year. Things have just been really rough, so I have to be very selective with the games that I buy, but I sometimes sacrifice my money and put myself in awkward, tight financial situations in hope of feeling like a savior, where I could play the game, showcase it. Because I do know some people, not a lot of people, but a few people, where they enjoy watching me or other people play a game more than they do playing an actual game, or at least in the beginning, so they can get a better feel for things. They're afraid to sacrifice their money. And anyhow, thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel. A thumbs down if you didn't like it. And I'll just bend it in half, twist it, and break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, exactly, I don't even need to go on. Go ahead and do it. Whatever it is you want. Doesn't really matter. Nothing's going to change with my channel, I don't think. I think this is just going to be the way it is until it fizzes or fizzles out into obscurity. Take care, and perhaps if I'm lucky, I'll see at least maybe some of you in the next one. Bye for now.